Hello, I am Dr. Sandra Barnett Reyes. I'm a board certified psychiatrist, and I have been practicing psychiatry for over 35 years in this community. I am appealing to all of the supportive people who can help this woman, Ruby Blount. She is an amazing individual. I met her about 15 years ago. At this time, she was full of energy and life. She was a college graduate, was planning to work in the field of social service, was enthusiastic about her job, and did a full job. I mean, Ruby never takes anything on halfway. I mean, she always took a great deal of responsibility with whatever she pursued. One of the other outstanding features I saw with Ruby was that she came to see me before she got so severely injured. And at that time, she was concerned about her anxiety and feeling stresses and making life changes and caring for her family and still remaining in the workforce. She had a tragic incident that occurred in her life that traumatized her with her mother passing away. And I saw this woman drive back and forth with her little son, at least 10 trips from Syracuse to Florida to care for her mother, and when her mother passed away, to make funeral preparations and to deal with the other family issues. When she came back, she was at least able to decrease her anxiety by expressing verbally some of her observations about family issues that might have just sort of sweltered, might, fester inside of ordinary people. But Ruby is one of these people who she will emote. So she would come to my office and we would have great conversations, and she gained so much insight. It was just tremendous how it was just so resilient. So she would be catapulted right back into success again. And she was so excited about this job that she had for an agency where she was going to work with disabled individuals. And knowing her, she put everything that she had into it. And that day, when she was on her lunch hour and she went home to get her paycheck so that she could make sure that she had gas in her automobile in order to drive her consumers around, because there was no budget appropriated for the type of work that she did out front. I mean, I guess they paid her eventually, but not up front. So she had to find the funds. And this woman has always been financially strapped because she's a giving, loving person. Here she's in her driveway, and a car comes careening around the corner into her driveway and hits her. The impact was so severe. The next thing I know, I get a call from Ruby at the hospital, and she's saying, "Dr. Reyes, they want to take my leg off." And I go, "Where are you? What's going on?" She said, "They want my leg. They said I cannot have my leg." I said, "This has got to be a dream. This has got to be a mistake." I couldn't believe it when I went to see her. But she was calm. She was focused. She wasn't angry. She was concerned. She was concerned about the people that she had to pick up. She was concerned about her job, who was going to handle her job while she was out getting her leg fixed. And I noticed then that she had very little support. I realized one good thing about Ruby, one interesting thing about her, is that she has this resilience where she tends not to rely on too many people. She doesn't tell folks her business. She doesn't complain. She just goes on with her life. And she's always been very strong within herself. I guess that's one of the positives about her, and that's what drives me as a psychiatrist to come and make this appeal for her. Because when this happened to her, she lost her income. She lost many, many friends. She lost her ability to ambulate, to go to the store, to even take care of herself, her hygiene, her kids. But guess what? She never stopped doing it. I would see Ruby crawl on the floor of my office with 2 babies in her lap to keep her appointments. She was rarely late. And she came very, very often and did a good job of reducing her stress to the point where she could advocate for herself. This idea of putting us on film and having you listen to people who've observed her is a wonderful idea, and it's very brave, and I know it's very difficult for her to do, but it's absolutely necessary. I know that there are people out there with means, not necessarily a lot of means, because maybe all of us could put together our pennies and help Ruby get a leg. All she wants to do is to be able to walk again. She wants to be able to take care of her family. She's not asking anyone to take her children. Her daughter was in college, and they really struggled to keep her in college. But at the last semester, she had to come home because Ruby could no longer drive up and bring her home on the weekends, and she had no gas money. I don't know if you realize what it means to live at the level of a budget that Ruby lives with, because she had to adjust to it too. To have X number of dollars, and yet you're always $200 or $300 in the hole. Her car breaks down. Her boy, who is an absolute wonder, her child, and I hope she takes some pictures of these kids helping her, because they are just divine. I mean, they are gifts from God. A 2-year-old who can come up and say, "Mommy wants you." A 2-year-old, she walks, she takes care of herself, and she's very proud of putting on her clothes and pushing her mother's wheelchair. Her son, who's 8 years old, from the time I knew that he was 4 or 5, he would always include his mother in his life. And Ruby, in her wheelchair, always took him to sports events. He played basketball, he played football. She kept him active in the church. She kept him active in the community. He is a stellar scholastic. He's a scholar. And it's all because she just will not give up. Since she is putting forth this much effort to dealing with her pain and her deficits and her trauma, I think it's important that some of us reach out in any way we can to give her the support that she needs. If there's any more information or anything else that needs to be said about this woman, please just give me a call. I'm Dr. Sandra Barnett Reyes, board certified psychiatrist. My telephone number is 315-422-2700. And I hope this reaches the heart of many people who are sitting out there. I don't know if you realize